Okay, so in the last class we started with random variable, right? So we discussed what is a random variable. Okay, so it was just a function from omega to r. So it assigned every outcome a number. So it associates between outcome and number. Then we have seen probability distribution. Probability distribution. So probability distribution is like a table. So you can make horizontal or vertical table. So suppose I make horizontal one. So like this table is probability distribution. So, okay. So this is x and this is the probability at x. So like x has values, you say x1, x2, x3 and so on. At last you say xn, or before that xn minus 1. So at probability x is equal to x1, you will have probability p1. At x is equal to x2, you will have probability p2, p3 and so on. You will have pn minus 1, pn. So what I'm saying, probability distribution is a table. So probability x is equal to small xi is equal to small pi. So this pi must be positive. The first thing is this, and second thing is you take summation probability x is equal to xi, or you say summation pi, I from 1 to n, I from 1 to n, and this sum should be equal to 1. So this table will be probability distribution if it satisfies these two conditions. First thing, non-negativity, and secondly, positivity. Positive. So each pi must be positive and sum of all should be 1. Then we call this as a probability distribution. So you have seen the question. Now I will discuss so probability distribution of what? Probability distribution of random variable x. Okay, and now I would like to discuss mean. So I will discuss mean of random variable x. So mean is a word from statistics. So you know the average. So like in probability sense, the what is the meaning of mean? So you have probability distribution. If I define directly definition, so it is like let x be a random variable taking values small x1, x2, and so on, small xn. So these are the possible values of capital X and corresponding probabilities, you know, and corresponding probabilities are PIs, or you say it as P1, P2, and so on, Pn respectively. Okay, so x1, x2, xn are the values of x, P1, P2, P3, Pn are the values of probability at each xi. So what is the mean? For definition of mean of x. So we also call expectation of x. Expectation of x. And the notation is, so you say ex, or you can write it mu. So mu or ex. The definition is summation pi into xi, or you can write xi into pi. Doesn't matter. So xi into pi, I from 1 to n. Means what? If you open, so x1 into p1 plus x2 into p2 and so on till xn pn. Okay, so what you are seeing, the value of random variable into probability at that point. So if I elaborate it, like you can write x1 and probability at x1. So p1 was the probability at x1. x2, p2 means probability at x2, and this will continue to the end. So xn and probability at x is equal to xn. Okay, so are you getting? So if something is wrong, you can tell me. So xn. Okay, so this is a probability. So it is easier if you look this way. Let's suppose this I'm making probability distribution. So this is x, this is px. So values of x are suppose x1, x2, x3 and till xn. The probability at x1 is p1, p2, p3 and pn. Okay, so these are the probability. So you want expectation or mean. So first thing, if you add all these, if you add all these probabilities, you will get one by the definition of probability distribution, and each are positive. So you make one more table, x into px means you write product of first and second values, the first column, second column, you multiply and write in the third, like x1 into p1, x2 into p2, x3 into p3 and so on, xn into pn, and you add all. So what you will get after adding? X1 p1 plus x2 p2 plus x3 p3 and so on, xn pn, and that is nothing but that is the mean. So you will get ex. After adding, you will get ex. Ex means expectation of x. Okay. So you will get ex. Ex is nothing but you will get summation xi pi I from 1 to n. So that's fine. So if you have probability distribution, you can easily find the mean. Yeah. So any doubt in this? Everyone got the value of mean? Got the meaning of mean actually? Anyone has a doubt in this? And now then try one question. So the question is, a coin is tossed twice. Okay, simple question. So find the mean of random variable x. Find the mean of random variable x, and that is number of tails obtained. So try quickly. So you first see what are the values of x, then find corresponding probabilities, then you multiply it and add it, you'll get the mean. So they are asking you for the mean. So try it and find the mean or expectation. What do you say? So try quickly. So do you need help in this? It's very easy question. So mean is half. Okay. Is it? Okay, let me see. So the simple question is that, okay. So a coin is tossed twice, find the mean number of random variable, right? So mean of the random variable x, number of tail obtained. So from here, first thing you decide what are the possible values of x. Okay, you can decide the sample space if you want. So you are trying for a tossed coin twice. So twice means, yeah, any one of you unmute and tell me the sample space. Any one of you tell me what is the sample space for this experiment, tossing a coin twice. I think you are not audible. Okay, anyone else? Tell me quickly the sample space for this experiment. Okay, okay, I got in chat. So like HH, HT, so HH, HT, TH, TT. So this is a sample space. And X is number of tails. So how many tails you can get? So corresponding to HH, you have no tail. Corresponding to HT, you have one. Corresponding to TH, you have one. One you have written already. Corresponding to TT, you have two. So either you get no tail or one or two. Okay, so they want you to find the mean. So you can find simply, you try to find the probability at 0. So first you find probability at 0. What is probability? X is equal to 0. Tell me. So when X is 0, corresponding to HH. So what is probability of getting HH? So what is the probability of getting HH? It's a one outcome out of 4. Probability X is equal to 1. So X equal to 1, X equal to 1, you can get either you get HT or you get TH. So HT or TH. There are two outcome out of 4. So half you can say. Or if you can keep it as it is. 2 by 4 you can keep. And then next probability corresponding to 2. Probability corresponding to 2. So X is 2. X is number of tails. So X is 2 means TT. So it's a 1 out of 4. So you got a probability corresponding to each value. So you can make the table or you can directly find the mean. If you can make the table or you can directly find the mean, no problem. So like mean you want, so probability of mean is I is equal to 1 to n like this. N is here. So directly you decide, okay. So what are the values of X? You know, Xi, X1, P1, X2, P2 plus X3, P3. So this is the definition of mean for this question. There are three values. So you can say like X1, X2, X3. So X1 is 0, X2 is 1 and X3 is 2 like this. So when X is 0, the probability at 0 was 1 by 4. When X is 1, probability at 1 is 2 by 4. When X is 2, probability at 2 is 1 by 4. Now you just add it. So you will add it, you will get, okay, 0 is for this, 2 by 4 plus 2 by 4. Is it? So 4 by 4 and that is 1. Check it. I have done right. Xi, Pi, okay. So answer is 1. So Xi can take value 0, 1, 2. And then corresponding probability is 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 4. You just multiply it corresponding and then you get the mean. Okay. So next thing is it's a mean. Mean simply is summation xi pi. So ex is mean. The meaning is xi into pi, I from 1 to n. Okay, or you can write it like xi probability x is equal to xi. Same thing. I from 1 to n. Now, if I ask you what is the meaning of ex square, can you tell me using the above definition? So ex is summation xi pi. So due to x we have xi. Due to x we have xi's. So can anyone tell me what is value of ex square then? What will be ex square? So it will be summation xi square pi. Just in place of x I have x square. So in place of xi I will take xi square. Okay. So in place of xi you just take xi square. So xi square pi, I from 1 to n. Or you can write it here, no problem. Summation I from 1 to n xi square probability x is equal to xi. So you can find ex cube also, no problem. The simpler way. If you need e of x cube, so similar way you can do. I from 1 to n xi cube into pi, or summation I from 1 to n xi cube and probability x is equal to xi. Okay, so this is x. Okay, so now I will define. So we defined mean. Mean was ex. So this is the mean. Actually, this was only mean. Now I will define variance. Variance of random variable x. Variance of random variable x. So you have to remember this definition. I'm writing this. So variance of x. The notation is sigma square or sigma x square. So the definition is expectation of x minus mu whole square. Mu is a number, you know already mu. Mu means ex. So mu means ex, you already know. So this is the definition for variance. If you simplify it further, so sigma square I would say. If you simplify it further from what is the meaning of a minus b whole square? You can open this like e. So let's open the bracket x minus mu whole square. So till x minus b whole square, x square plus mu square minus 2 mu x. Okay, and outside is expectation. The property of expectation is you can take it, you can separate it like ex square plus e of mu square minus expectation of 2 mu x. So I'm using the property of expectation. That is, you can simply separate it term by term. So ex square keep as it is, and plus e mu square, it will be mu square minus 2 mu ex. So I used few result here. So let me study it here. So first thing what I did here, so I should explain this. See, e mu square I have taken mu square. Why? Because the property is, so let me write it here. Some result I used. Expectation of any constant is going to be the same constant. First thing, and second thing, expectation of like k into x. So k you can take outside. K is constant. Expectation of x. E is a function. You can imagine like a function. So I use this to property. And you can take third. I use like e of, let's say, a x1 plus b x2. Suppose x1 x2 are random variable. So you can simply separate it like a e of x1 plus b e of x2. So this is the property of expectation. So you can write it like this. So this the property I used here. So I'm just finding, this is also a formula, but I'm finding easier way or easier one to use in the question. So ex square plus mu square minus 2 mu, and you already know ex we write mu, so it is again mu. So 2 mu into mu, 2 mu square, and right. Okay, so this is 2 mu square. So finally what you have, ex square minus mu square, because mu square minus 2 mu square is mu square. So finally if I write, so variance x or x sigma square So it's a e of x square minus ex whole square. So mu I write ex. So this is the formula. This is the formula for variance. So in short, let me write it again. So in last class we defined random variable. So I'm summarizing it. Random variable is a function from omega to r. Then we define probability distribution. Probability distribution. That was the table. So xi's and pi's. Table x, px. Okay. The condition was something. So x1, x2, xn, p1, p2, pn. Okay. The condition was each pi are positive and summation pi are 1. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next, I define mean of x. So we call it ex or we call it mu. The definition is summation xi pi, I from 1 to n. Now I define variance of x. So variance of x means notation is sigma square. The main definition I used is x minus mu whole square, and we simplified it and we get the value ex square minus mu square. So mu you can write ex whole square. So this is the formula of variance. Now in the same question they may ask you the variance. So for the variance you need e of x square and you need ex then whole square. So in the last question if I ask you find the variance, so are you able to do? So in the same question I asked you here find the mean, and I write find the variance also. So like if I write find variance and the mean, find variance and the mean. Okay, so can you find the variance? So let me show you, because the first question, so you might not. Okay, so I'm again solving that question. Okay, the question was we tossed a coin twice. So sample space is HH, HT, TH, TT, and X we define number of tails. So that may be 0, 1, 2, because we are tossing coin twice. So either no head tail come or one tail will come or two tail will come. And the question next is number of tails, and the question ex we find it. So let me write distribution, so that will make it easy. So x and px. So x was 0, 1, 2. Okay, and probability corresponding to 0 is 1 by 4. This is 2 by 4, and this is 1 by 4. So 1 by 4, 2 by 4, and 1 by 4. Then if you extend this table, so add one column x into px. So 0 into 1 by 4, 0, 1 into 2 by 4, 2 by 4, and 2 into 1 by 4, 2 by 4. If you add, you will get 1. This is also 1. So this one is the ex mean. Okay. So you're getting this one is the ex. So if you add it, this is the ex, and this you get 1. And the next is x square px. Okay, so x square px means you square x and then multiply with the px. So like this two, you don't direct multiply. You just first square it and then you multiply it. Okay, so you first square x square px. Okay, tell me, so what will be the first number? Anyone tell me? X square px. So you multiply x square with the px.
0.
So it's a 0 square into 1 by 4. So that will be 0 only. Okay. फिर 1 square into 2 by 4, right? X square px. So 1 square into 2 by 4. That is 2 by 4. And what will be next?
1.
2 square, 4 into 1 by 4. That is 1. Now you add it. So you will add it. This is ex square. You remember. This is ex square because we are taking x square px. So ex square. Now you add it. What number you will get after adding?
3 by
3
3 by
3 by 2 means you will get 1 plus 2 by 4, 6 by 4, that is 3 by 2. So now you have both things. So what do you have? So now you have ex, and that is 1. Now you have ex square, that is 3 by 2. You want variance of x, and that is e of x square minus ex whole square. So e of x square, so ex square is 3 by 2, right, minus ex square 1 square. So see what you will get. 3 by 2 minus 1. So what will be the answer? So 1 by 2. So mean of x you get, that was 1, and variance of x you get is 1 by 2. So this is the answer for this question. So can you do this? Just look at this, and if you have doubt, you ask. So if they ask you mean, so what do you do? X into px, then you add it. They want variance, first you find ex square, x square px, then you add it, and then use the formula of variance. This was the formula, e of x square minus ex whole square. Okay. So mainly the four things we had: random variable, probability distribution, mean, variance. Just so same thing we'll have now for a special type of distribution, that will be binomial distribution. So next we will have binomial distribution. So binomial distribution is a probability distribution actually, but that has some special property due to some condition. So in the binomial distribution, what will happen? There are a few conditions. So an experiment consists of n trials. N trials means you are trying for n times. For example, you are tossing a coin 10 times. So you have 10 trials, n is 10. So an experiment consists of n trials. And trials are independent. So let me write it, independent trials. And independent trials. So why independent trials? So like the probability of success will remain same in each trial. So like probability, so you can say identical. So an experiment consists of identically and independent trials, you can say. So like you can say, or also let me write probability of success in each trial remains same. Probability of success in each trial remains same. Okay. So there are n trials, independent trials, and probability of success in each trial remains same. For example, you toss a coin for first time. Probability of getting head is half. You toss it for second time. Again, probability of getting head is half only. You toss it for third time. The probability of getting head is half only. So this type of experiment will be considered in binomial distribution. You can apply binomial distribution. But which type of experiment you cannot apply? For example, you have a box, and suppose let me call it 5 red 5 black ball, simply 5 red 5 black, and we are drawing one ball without replacement. So tell me, what is the probability of getting one ball, one black ball? So we draw one ball and that is black. So what is the chance? We have 5 red 5 black in the box. We are drawing one ball. So what is the chance that that ball will be black? A box contains 5 red 5 black balls. We are drawing one ball. What is the chance of getting one black ball? अरे भाई तुम लोग अनम्यूट करके बोलते क्यों नहीं हो? ठीक है. Chat, I don't see chat every time, है ना? While writing, I cannot see the chat. So either I will see the chat or I will write. So best way is to unmute and tell. Okay, so it's a 5 upon 10, that is half. But in chat, only few people are writing. What are doing next? All other people. You are just watching a movie or like what? So you are in a class, so you should respond. So when I give you something, you should, I already told you many times. I have told you in previous classes. Sit with the pen, paper. Sit where you can speak. Simply, if I ask you, you are in the class now. So just you are sleeping and you are watching movies. Don't do this. Because when I ask something, I want a response from everyone. Otherwise, this thing will not be continued. Okay, so then I will not teach. I will simply tell them I will not teach them. Because if you are interested, then only I will teach you. Otherwise, you enjoy. Why will you waste my and your time both, and someone's money also? Okay. So that's I said there is a box which contains 5 red, 5 black ball. We draw one ball and that is black. The chance is 1 upon 2, 5 upon 10. And we are drawing without replacement. Like first ball we draw. Suppose I tell you this is black. So now I'm drawing second ball. So what is the chance that second ball is black? We first ball we draw and that was the black. So what is the chance that second ball will be black?
4/9.
Yes, 4 by 9. So in the third time, it will be 3 upon 8. And you're right. So each time, the first black ball, getting the first ball black is probably 5 by 10. Second ball, we are getting 4 by 9. Third, we are getting 3 by 8. If we already know that first is black, second is black. So like what I want to prove here. So probability of getting black every time is not equal. So means that type of question will not be considered in the binomial distribution, or you cannot apply binomial distribution in that. So without replacement case will not be considered in that. So what fails? Because they are not all independent. They depend on previous. So third trial depend on the second trial. Like second time we are drawing black. So it depends on the first trial whether it was black or not. Okay. So probability will differ because they are dependent. The third trial depend on the second and first trial. So such question will not be considered in this. But the question with replacement, suppose the same question I say you with replacement. So a bag contains 5 red and 5 black balls, and we are drawing one ball with replacement. Like the first ball we draw, suppose it is black, the chance is 5 upon 10. We put it into bag, again draw second bag. Again chance will be same because again we have 10 balls and that contains 5 black balls. So with replacement case will be considered in binomial distribution. Okay. So such experiment which contains n independent trials will be considered. So like drawing balls and these questions without replacement case will not be independent, but with replacement case will be independent. Okay, so you take care of that. So there is a experiment in which we have n trials. Each trials are independent and probability of success in each trial is same. Success is defined in the question. Like if I say what is the chance of getting black? So black is success here. What is the chance getting head? Head is a success here. In case of die, what is the chance of getting 6? So 6 is success here. Success means what they are asking you in the question. So success remains in the same trial. Okay. So X will be, acha, each trial has only 2 outcomes. So each trial has only 2 possibilities, or 2 outcomes. You can say possibilities, success or failure. Okay, so inside our questions, every trial will have only 2 outcomes, success or failure. For example, we are throwing a coin, so you can consider head as the success, tail as the failure. Suppose in case of bag, so 5 red 5 black, so you can consider black as the success, red as the failure. Okay, in case of dice you want to get 6, so getting 6 is success and not getting 6 is failure. Like 1 2 3 4 5, any one of the outcome you get, so that will be failure. Okay, so each trial has 2 possible outcomes only, success or failure. So there are n trials, each trials are independent, probability of success remains same in each trial. And okay, each trial has only two possibility, head or tail, I mean success or failure. So n I defined number of trials. Okay, there are n trials. In each trial, I will define a small p. So small p will be, because each trial has only two possibility, either success or failure. So p is probability of success in each trial. Probability of success in each trial. Probability of success in each trial. And so tell me, what will be probability of failure in each trial? So if probability of success in each trial is p, so what is probability of failure in each trial? जोर से बोलो. अरे 1 माइनस पी प्रोबेबिलिटी है ये, n तो ट्रायल्स है. 1 minus p. Success means probability of event E, and failure means probability of E complement. So you know probability of E complement 1 minus probability of E. So it is 1 minus p, जिसको हम Q भी लिखेंगे आगे. So Q means 1 minus p. So it will be probability of failure in each trial. Probability of failure in each trial. Probability of failure in each trial. So n number of trials, p probability of success in each trial, q probability of failure in each trial. So you can notice p plus q will be 1, obviously. Probability of E plus probability of E complement is 1. And now the comes random variable. So random variable will be defined as number of success. Random variable will be defined as number of success. So x is number of success. Now you say we have n number of trials, like we are doing experiment n times. So each time is one trial. So we are doing one experiment n time, like tossing a coin n time. So how many times we can get success? So success will be defined in the question. Suppose a head. So I say you, we toss a coin n time. So what is the probability? What is the number of heads we can get? So out of n times, how many times heads we can get? बताओ. Yeah, we have n trials, and how many times success we can get?
N by 2.
What are the all possibilities? Why n by 2? Suppose I give you example. So we toss a coin for 10 times. So how many times head we can get out of 10 times? What are all possibilities I'm asking?
0 to 10.
Yes, 0 to 10. So either its answer is correct, 0, 1, 2 up to 10. So either no head will get, or 1, 2, 3, any, or 10 out of 10 we can get. So same thing here. We have n trials, and how many times success we can get? So number of success may be 0, all time we can fail. Maybe 1, 2, 3, so up to n. So in binomial distribution, x is fixed. Always x will start with 0, go till n. So x will have value 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. So actually x is number of success. So you have n trials, you are trying experiment for n times, and how many times success you can get? So either 0, 1, 2 up to n. Okay, the main question comes now. So random variable x is number of success. We have n trials. So what is the probability at each value of xi? So that is very interesting, right? So n may be 1000, and still it will give you answer very easily. So the answer would be, so the binomial distribution says the distribution of probability follows following rule. Probability x is equal to r. So like r can be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 up to n, anything you can take. So there is general formula. You don't have to think much. So like it is NCR P raised to power R Q raised to power n minus r. So this is the formula the distribution follows. So like if I say you, what is the probability x is equal to 0? X is 0 means number of success is 0, all time failure. So it will be NC0 P की power 0 Q raised to power n minus 0. And that will sort of, you'll get Q raised to power n. NC0 is 1, P raised to power 0 is 1, so that will be Q raised to power n. Again, what is the probability at x is equal to 1? That will be NC1 P raised to power 1 and Q raised to power n minus 1. So that is the probability at 1. Probability at x is equal to 2. So if you have gone through the binomial theorem, you will relate to it. Okay. So each term are on this pattern. The first term in binomial distribution is this. Second term is this. Third term is this, like this going. So x is equal to NC2 P raised to power 2 Q raised to power n minus 2. Probability x is equal to 3 NC3 P raised to power 3 Q raised to power n minus 3, like this. Okay, and so on, like at x is equal to n NCN P raised to power n Q raised to power n minus n. In that way, sort of NCN is 1, P raised to, you will get simplified from P raised to power n. Okay, so this is the distribution, and you can check sum of all will be 1. Sum of all will be 1. Why? If you add all, you will get, okay, summation NCR P raised to power R Q raised to power n minus R. R can take value 0 to n, and that is going to be P plus Q raised to power n. You know, P plus Q is 1, 1 raised to power n 1. So why I did see this? Just verified that they form probability distribution. So the condition for probability distribution was each term should be positive and sum of all should be 1. So I added all actually. In CR, I took summation overall, okay? R from 0 to n, and we added, okay, this is the binomial theorem formula, P plus Q raised to power n, and P plus Q was 1 because P is probability of success and Q is probability of failure, and that will give you 1. So that was a verification for that distribution. So like you can make the table also, okay? So I can take the X and Px like in binomial. So simply, 0, okay, NC0, P raised to power 0, Q raised to power n minus 0. 1, NC1, P raised to power 1, Q raised to power n minus 2. 2, NC2, P raised to power 2, Q raised to power n minus 2, like this. So this is a distribution, okay? And NCN, P raised to power n, Q raised to power n minus n, that will be 0. So this is the probability distribution. The interesting thing is you can find mean easily. So if I give you what is the mean of x in binomial distribution, that is Ex. So if you want to prove, you can prove directly. I will give you the formula. It is NP. And what is variance of x? Sigma square. So variance of x is NPQ. Okay. So this is the formula, mean and variance in binomial distribution. So binomial distribution makes things easy. For some experiment coming into this criteria. So what I want to say, you have to remember a random variable. So in case of binomial distribution, random variable is number of success. What is the distribution? Distribution follows this rule. It's the distribution. What is the mean? Mean is NP. What is variance? Yes. So binomial distribution does not work always for all the experiments. And you have to first decide, okay, all trials are independent. Okay. Then like independent, and then probability of success will remain same in each trial, like identically distributed, meaning is this. So I will solve 1-2 question on this so that you will have better understanding. For example, a coin is tossed 10 times, okay, and find the probability that probability of getting. So first part, I would say the first part, find the probability of getting exactly 7 heads. Yeah, so can anyone tell me? Simply see the solution. How many times we are tossing the coin? Unmute and tell. I cannot see your chat. So how many times we are tossing a coin? The coin is tossed 10 times. So small n is 10. We are doing experiment 10 times. What trials we have 10. So if you consider whole thing as experiment, then trials we have 10 trials. Tossing one coin is one trial, so we have 10 trials. And find the probability of getting exactly 7 heads. Okay, exactly 7 heads. So tell me, see exactly 7 heads. So from here you will decide, okay, you want to get 7 heads. So X you will decide number of heads. X you will decide number of heads of 10. So N is 10 and X is number of heads. So you already know you have tossed a coin 10 times. So heads you can get 0, 1, 2, 3 or 10 anytime. Either 0 time, 1 time, 2 time or 10 time till 10 time. Okay, what they ask you, what is the probability of getting exactly 7 heads? So head is success here. X is number of success. So head is success here. So what is probability of success in each trial? Like once you are tossing a coin, what is probability of getting head? What is the probability of getting head in one toss? We are tossing a coin. What is the probability of getting head in one toss? तुम लोग सुनाई दे रहा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Okay. So it's the number of head. So head is like probability of getting head in one trial is just half. Okay, nothing is given. And probability of getting tail. Tail is failure. So that is half. So P is half and Q is half. So question was, what is the probability of getting exactly 7 head? So X is a probability of X is equal to 7. X equal to 7 means number of head is 7. So probability X is 7 means they are asking what is the probability of getting exactly 7 head. So means what is probability that X is 7. So that will be NC7 P raised to power 7 Q raised to power n minus 7. And n was 10, so 10C7, P was half, so half raised to power 7, half raised to power 10 minus 7. If you simplify it much, so you'll get 10C7 and half raised to power 10. So that you can simplify much. So that is probability of getting exactly 7 heads in 10 toss. Exactly 7 head in 10 toss. Okay. So mean, if they want you mean of X here, so simply mean it is NP. N is 10, P is a half. That is 5. If they want you variance of X, that is NPQ. N is 10, P is half, Q is half. That would be 5 by 2. Okay. They will ask you a standard deviation. You know what? Sigma square is variance. So sigma alone is standard deviation. Standard deviation. So that is nothing but root of variance. Because sigma square is variance. So sigma is standard deviation. So if they ask you standard deviation, that is root under 5 by 2. So just sigma square is variance. So sigma is standard deviation. You just take the square root of variance. That will be standard deviation. Okay. So I think you have next class from 6. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all for today. So probability theory finishes here. But I would give you one more class for the problems of JEE Mains in advance. So I will solve in next class. I will solve the question based on this binomial and all probability asked in JEE advanced or mains. So theory is finished. Okay, only these are the theories, and that's all. Okay. So if anyone have any question, you ask me. Otherwise, just join the next class. Okay then, thank you and bye.
Bye, sir.